Your biggest financial problem is not the big debt. It's the tiny debt you stopped respecting. Because small debt is the one you keep feeding. And one day, it shows up as a wrecking ball. Picture a stick figure at the bottom of a mountain. Above them, a snowball starts rolling. It's cute. It's only one loan, only one installment plan, only one minimum payment. Then the snowball picks up speed. It collects labels as it rolls. $30 per month, BNPL, 2% monthly, just this once. And by the time you hear it, it's already too late to outrun it. No debt is harmless, not if you refuse to look it in the eye. Here's the trap. Most people don't go broke from one dramatic decision. They go broke from 1,000 reasonable ones. A swipe that feels like nothing. A subscription you forgot existed. A 0% interest offer with a trap door. A buy now, pay later that quietly becomes pay forever. A minimum payment that is basically an apology to the bank. Your paycheck lands like a heroic stick figure parachuting in. But before it touches the ground, 10 little hands reach up and grab it. Rent, food, phone, streaming, gym you don't go to, debt, more debt. A small loan you took to feel normal again. Then inflation walks in like a silent villain. Same lifestyle, higher prices. Your money buys less. So you patch the gap with, guess what? More small debt. This is why people feel stuck. They're not lazy. They're bleeding in 10 places at once. And they keep putting tiny band-aids on a broken pipe. The rat race isn't just a treadmill. It's a treadmill that charges interest. And here's the cruel part. Small debts don't scare you. Big debts scare you into action. Small debts soothe you into denial. You don't call your friend and say, I'm in trouble. I owe $37. You laugh. You ignore it. You normalize it. Until you wake up and realize the snowball is now a boulder and your financial life looks like a cartoon crater. Let's make the snowball real. Debt grows in 3 sneaky ways. First, interest. Interest is a photocopier for money you don't have. It copies your mistake every month, and it charges you for the ink. A lot of people hear 2% and think, that's small. But 2% monthly is not 2% yearly. It's closer to your future is on fire. Second, minimum payments. Minimum payments are designed to keep you calm, not to set you free. They're like a tiny fence around your ankle. You can still walk, so you don't notice you're trapped. If you pay only the minimum, you don't pay the debt. You rent the debt. You become a tenant in your own financial prison. Third, behavior. This is the real engine. Debt isn't just math. Debt is emotion wearing a calculator costume. You buy comfort when you're stressed. You buy status when you feel behind. You buy convenience when you're exhausted. And you finance it when you don't want to feel the pain today. Debt snowballs because you keep giving it fresh snow. New purchases, new plans, new just-for-now solutions. So the snowball isn't rolling by itself. You're pushing it, quietly, every day. Now here's the twist. The snowball effect is not evil. It's neutral. It's physics. Debt snowball crushes you because compounding works. Wealth snowball saves you because compounding works. Same force, different direction. One snowball starts with, I deserve this. The other starts with, I respect my future. Step 1. Turn on the lights. You can't fight what you won't name. Imagine your stick figure opens a closet. Inside, debt monsters blink in the dark. They're not that big, but there are many. So you do the adult thing. You list everything. Every card. Every loan. Every BNPL plan. Every pay in 4. Every balance. Every interest rate. Every minimum payment. No drama. Just truth. Truth is power in a spreadsheet costume. And yes, it feels uncomfortable. That's the point. Discomfort is the alarm system for your brain. If it hurts to look, it's urgent. Step 2. Stop feeding the snowball. A rolling snowball can't be shrunk while you keep throwing snow at it. Freeze new debt. Not reduce, freeze. Cut up the card if you must. Delete saved payment methods. Unsubscribe like your life depends on it. Because financially, it does. If you keep borrowing while trying to pay off debt, you're bailing water out of a boat while drilling new holes in the bottom because the drill was on sale. Step 3. Build a tiny shield. Not a castle, a shield.
You need a starter emergency fund. Something small but real. $300, $500, $1,000. Why? Because without a buffer, life will knock you back into debt. A car repair, a medical bill, a sudden expense. Without a buffer, every surprise becomes a loan, and the snowball gets fresh snow again. Step 4. Pick a strategy that you will actually follow. Not the perfect one, the one you'll do when you're tired. There are 2 classic paths. The debt snowball method. Pay smallest balance first. Get quick wins. Build momentum. Your brain loves progress. Or the debt avalanche method. Pay highest interest first. Save the most money. Win mathematically. Here's the truth nobody likes to hear. The best method is the one you won't quit. If you need motivation, snowball. If you're cold-blooded and disciplined, avalanche. If you're somewhere in between, do a hybrid. But do not do the method called vibes. Vibes don't reduce interest. Now visualize it. Your stick figure stands at the mountain with a shovel. They choose the first target. They put a big red X on that debt label, and they start digging. Every extra dollar is another scoop. Step 5. Create debt killer money. Not leftover money, dedicated money. Most people pay debt with what remains, which is usually nothing. So flip it. Pay debt first, aggressively, then live on the rest. This is where you become strategic. You cut expenses that don't protect your future. You keep expenses that keep you stable. Cheap doesn't matter. Smart matters. You don't need to starve. You need to stop paying for things that you don't eat.
Remember buying. Negotiate bills. Switch plans. Sell unused stuff. Cancel the silent subscriptions. Cook 2 more meals at home per week. Not forever, just until the snowball is smaller. And if you can, raise income. Ask for a raise with a documented case. Pick up a weekend skill gig. Sell a service. Freelance. Tutor. Edit. Deliver. Extra income is a cheat code because it attacks the snowball directly. Picture your stick figure with a second shovel. Now they're digging twice as fast. The snowball starts losing mass. For the first time, it looks beatable. Step 6. Replace the debt snowball with a wealth snowball. This is the part most people skip, and then they fall back into old patterns. When the debt is shrinking, you redirect that payment, not into lifestyle, into assets. Start simple. A high-yield savings buffer, a retirement account, a broad index fund, a skill that increases your earning power. You're not getting rich quick. You're building a machine. Debt is a machine too. It just pays the bank. You're going to build a machine that pays you. So visualize it. The snowball that used to crush you now rolls in the other direction. It starts small, a tiny coin rolling downhill. It picks up more coins, then small bills, then bigger bills, then investments, then time. And time is the strongest ingredient in compounding. Time is what debt steals from you, and time is what wealth rewards you with. Now I'm going to say something blunt. If you don't face your debt, you will eventually serve it. Debt doesn't care if you're a good person. Interest doesn't give discounts for effort. Minimum payments don't applaud your intentions. The snowball does not stop because you feel anxious. It stops when you change what you do. And if you're thinking, I'm not that bad, that is exactly what everyone says right before the snowball hits. The best time to fix this was years ago. The second best time is today. Not next month, not after the holidays, not after things calm down. Debt thrives in later. Your future self is watching. And they don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be brave for 30 days. So here's your move. Tonight, write the list. Every debt, every balance, every interest rate. No excuses, no shame. Just facts. Then choose your first target. The smallest balance or the highest interest. Circle it. That's the first snow clump you crush. Freeze new debt. Build the tiny shield. And attack with dedicated money. Because the debt snowball you don't see is the one that ruins you quietly. But the wealth snowball you build on purpose is the one that saves you loudly. If you want more scripts like this, subscribe and tell me in the comments, what's the smallest harmless debt you've been ignoring? Name it, shrink it, and take your wallet back.